happy about something.
Yes. It's time now for Love Me Tender, where we get to talk to you about all the goaltender situations in the NHL. And we've talked about Marc-Andre Fleury's return to Pittsburgh, but let's talk about the Pittsburgh goaltending situation.
Yes.
We chatted with Phil Burke earlier about, Jari obviously questionable. What's going on with him? You've got Nedeljkovic, you've got Blomqvist. So take us through what's happening right now with the Pittsburgh Penguins goaltender situation.
Yeah, we talked to Phil Bourque a little bit about it, but I think, giving Jari a hard reset a little bit. I went through something like that where I got sent to the minors for, just to get your confidence back. But it doesn't always work that way because the American League is a tricky place to go down to if you haven't played there in a long time.
Yeah, look, what if your numbers aren't good there?
That's what sort of happens. It's a different game. It's a different, way to play. So sometimes it's a hard adjustment. So hopefully Jari can go down there and find his magic because when he's on, he's very good. You've seen him be hot. He's been one of the better goaltenders in the league at times, but a little inconsistent, gets hurt sometimes at the wrong time, which, not his fault, but they need him, I think, if they're going to resurrect this season and make something of it. So Blomqvist has been a good story.
Signs there.
Yeah, good chance of Fleury. So, hopefully Blomqvist can sort of settle it down for a little bit while Jari finds his game, while Nedeljkovic, I probably butchered that, gets his game in order as well. So I think, they have the talent there between, Jari and Ned. So hopefully, like I said, Blomqvist can just paper over until they're ready to go and get on a run here.
Yeah, I think from the goalie position, you're bang on with all that. I think Mike Sullivan and company, they want their team to play better in front of their goalies.
Yeah.
I mean, they've really been giving up a lot. Their expected goals 4 or 5 on 5 is exceptionally worse than even the San Jose Sharks. It's no knock to the San Jose Sharks. It's just the nature of they're at the bottom of the league. So I think the big thing for the Penguins is to cut down on the odd man rushes. That can help any goalie out in front of them.
Absolutely. Start there.
All right, let's move on to the Avs. We mentioned it in the Daily Rush that the Avalanche have recalled Kaapo Kähkönen. Comes up. There you go. He is returning from a conditioning assignment. What does this mean for Georgiev? Gave up 3 goals in the first period yesterday. So, everybody wants to know what's going on with the goaltending situation in Colorado.
I mean, what it means for Georgiev is not great. Not a great sign. Kähkönen's played in the league. He played 37 games last year. He's shown he's been capable. And, sometimes there's guys who have a hard time playing behind good teams. You don't see a lot of shots, and they struggle with that. Some guys play well behind bad teams where they have a lot of action. I think Kähkönen's shown in San Jose last year he can handle the workload and the scoring chances. Now, does that mean he's going to be great every night? No, but he can steal you a game or two, which I think right now all this Avalanche team needs to know is that they're going to make the save, and they're going to bail us out here and there. We'll score enough to fix that. And right now, Georgiev hasn't really done that. So it's not a great sign for him if Kähkönen comes in and plays well.
So correct me if I'm wrong on my year, but the claim for Kähkönen came at October 10th. There was the issues with the visa or whatever it was to get situated. So this is not a reaction to what you just said, KT. It's not like, Georgiev's struggling. This would be like as the season was starting.
Yeah, this has been going.
Maybe this is part of the plan to get 3 deep, but nonetheless, you know who the starter should be, but he hasn't played that way. So now there's another dog in the fight to grab those minutes, and you're gonna play whatever goaltender's playing the best.
And what is the situation with first period starts for goaltenders? Like, how can that maybe manifest in your own head at times too?
It's tricky because Rupper, when you play a proactive position, meaning you can go throw a hit, you can touch the puck, you can get a few good strides in, and you get in the game. Goalies, we're reactive. We just react to everything in front of us. So you may not do anything for 10 minutes standing there, and here comes a breakaway. Now I got to react to that. So you can't go make something happen. You can't go get it out of your system. You have to be patient. And sometimes when you're giving up goals early in games, you're giving up the first shot, you just want to go stop that puck so badly that you're tense and you're tight and you're thinking about it. You're not just playing. You're not relaxed. I think right now Georgiev is clearly overthinking it a little bit. He's nervous maybe of giving up that first goal, and once it happens, it's kind of keeps snowballing on you. So I think maybe give him a little reset, give him a time to just sort of clear his head, get let Kähkönen play a few. Noonan's been playing well, so maybe they give Georgiev a week off and just sort of say, hey, get a reset here. Let's maybe reapproach the game a little bit, change how you approach the game, change something up to give yourself a better chance to have a first period that works for you.
That's interesting. Like, I didn't think about it that way, because I can sit there when I'm struggling and be like, all right, I'm going to go do something the shift. You can't do that. No. You can't be like, this period,
I'm take another sip of the water bottle,
right,
back on the net.
All right, I'm ready to see whatever's coming.
Yeah, the wheels start turning.
You're really trusting us in front of you, which is probably a mistake.
All right, let's move on to, obviously, we talk about Connor Hellebuyck, one of the best goaltenders in the NHL, but, we've certainly seen some chinks in the armor there as well. But, you've got to look at the 3 picks for the United States in the 4 nations face-off, and he's got to be in the thick of it, but maybe is he number 1 right now? Is he perhaps number 2? Where do you have him?
It's a great question. It's a great problem for the Americans to have, and personally, as an American goalie, proud of the country and the development system. They've been pumping out some really good goalies goalies in the last 10, 12 years, so it's no different this year. And I think these are the 4 guys that are in the mix. And unfortunately for Thatcher Demko, I mean, the injuries might play him out of this. He's played great when he's been healthy. He would be on my list if he were healthy. Until we know his status, it's hard to put him in that group. So for now, I would go with these 3: Hellebuyck, Ottinger, Swayman. I think it's Hellebuck's net to start because of his track record, because of the pedigree, the Vezinas.
Yeah.
He's won a lot of games. But we haven't really seen him do it in big spots a lot. He has not played in Olympics through no fault of his own. There's been no Olympics, World Cups, things like that. Playoffs haven't gone great. So as of right now, even Swayman last year showed in the playoffs pretty well. Yeah. Ottinger has been to a couple conference finals. So, I would start with Hellebuyck and allow him to, work his way into it. But if he faltered, I wouldn't be afraid at all to go to Ottinger or Swayman in the high-pressure game.
He has struggled lately. I mean, he gave up 5 yesterday to the Leafs.
Yeah. It's a big game, right?
Yeah.
Kind of the spotlight game. And that, I think that's the last thing that we need to see from Connor Hellebuyck.
Right.
I mean, he's been incredible. He's been
so
very
good.
consistent his whole career. We need the big moments. We need to see him at his best in those big moments. And again, a lot of that falls on the people in front of you as far as the team in front of him. I want to ask you this, though. How much do you think this plays into whoever they start with? Because I would agree with you. I think today you still go Hellebuyck. The experience, the pedigree of what he's done. He's probably your guy. But, let's say Jake Ottinger is, let's even go a different route because I think we'd both agree Swayman would probably be your 3.
Yeah.
Let's say even a Jeremy Swayman is absolutely lights out for the Boston Bruins and he's 12-0 going into the thing in his last 12 starts.
Yeah.
How much do you think that weighs into this?
I think it will factor in. I think, they announce the team at a certain point, but I do think going into the tournament, whoever's hot may get a chance.
Right, the hot hand?
Yeah, he hasn't had a ton of experience in the regular season, and he, like I said, his limited playoff experience, he has played well. And to your point, he could start for most countries in this tournament, I think, if you look at the goaltending depth around the league. So if he is on fire and the other 2 guys are just average, I would say, it's like I said, it's a good problem to have, but it's also a problem because if you have 3 goalies, you got no goalies because you don't know which one to play, and you're wrong no matter what if somebody falters. So I don't disagree with the rep. I think if somebody is on fire going into it, hey, let's see if he can keep going because once you're in the zone as a goalie, it's a good thing to have.
Yeah. So today, knowing what you know about these guys, would you still rank them like that with Hellebuyck first?
I'd probably go Hellebuyck, Ottinger, Swayman, but
Okay.
like a 1A, B, C type situation, not like a 1, 2, 3. I think it's pretty razor thin with all 3 of them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
all right, let's move on to the last topic. I believe it is our last topic for goaltenders, and it is Peter Kochetkov, guys.
Yes.
Yes, I got that right. What was he doing on the Suter goal? That's what we all want to know. Please break it down for us.
I have a lot of defenses in my briefcase for the goalie attorney.
It's 3-2 in the game.
This one I might plead no contest, Your Honor. I might say no contest on this one. I mean, if you're going to come that far out of the net, you got to be 100% that you're going to get that puck. And he does get a piece of it, but I think he ran out of momentum, and then it's just the fire.
Ran out of momentum, lost the stick. I mean, everything bad happened.
The problem is with all that gear and how slow you are, if you decide, you either got to go or you got to stay. And once you take that first stride, you got to commit. So I think he might have taken a stride and said, uh-oh. But if you retreat, then you're in trouble. So that was just the worst case scenario. There's a time and a place for it. I don't think that was the time nor the place, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
So, as we talked about, Flower, a great poke checker, but he was never super aggressive like that. He was mostly in and out of his crease. So, like I said, it's a home run swing, and he swung and missed, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
That's why I brought this one up. Schneider.
You just
no further comment.
We got on the call. I'm like, what was Kochetkov? I like it. I love him as a.
I got nothing to add to it. I just want to know what he was.
Yeah, I just want to know what he's thinking here. Because you're up 3-2 in the game, but nonetheless, they're fine. He's fine. I just wanted to pick your brain on that.
Hey, when it goes bad, it goes real bad.